I have tried a lot of gray and silver lip products, so let's go ahead and swatch them and talk about them. I don't know if it's just me, but finding lip products that fit into this category is actually surprisingly hard. But it is cool to see the number of brands that are branching out and trying this category of lip product when they hadn't made them before. My main complaint is that some of the shades tend to be limited edition. I would love to see more of these shades stick around as part of the permanent lineups. And I do want to mention that Mob Beauty is actually coming out with a bunch of new glosses, including some gray tones. So I'll definitely have a more detailed video featuring those very soon. First, from Mob Beauty, we have M148. This is a soft matte lipstick that was made in collaboration with Courtney Quarantine. Courtney, like me, is really into a lot of alt beauty colors, so it's no surprise that I've gravitated to a lot of the shades that Courtney has made with Mob. This is such a beautiful mid-toned gray. And if you haven't tried this formula from Mob, I highly recommend it. It's so comfortable. It's called matte, but really it feels very creamy on the lips. And it's definitely a formula that I would recommend. Next, also from Mob Beauty, we have M175. This is Frostbite, which is a frost lipstick made in collaboration with none other Hannah. I may be a little biased because I also did a frost shade with Mob, but I think this formula is also very comfortable. And if you're looking for a silver frost, I think this is a great option. On my skin tone, I really like using it as a layering shade over a deeper lip liner, but there's so many fun ways to wear frosts. Next, we have a gray gloss from Hunting Hughes Cosmetics. I've mentioned this brand many times before. They truly have some of the most unique shades of lip products, so it was no surprise that I found several gray toned options that I was really drawn to. Happy Hippo has no sparkle, it has a solid medium opacity, and it has just a hint of taupe in it. If you're looking for a no frills, really comfortable mid-toned gray gloss, I think this is a great option. Next, also from Hunting Hughes Cosmetics, we have Thunderstorm. I think this might be one of my favorite glosses from the brand. It's a really sheer gray gloss with such a subtle hint of sparkle. It gives your lips the most beautiful hint of gray, and it's totally something that you could use as a layering product over something else to just cool down the lip combo a little bit. Next, also from Hunting Hughes, we have the lipstick called Howling. This I would describe as a really kind of buildable formula. It almost feels like a lip balm. It's very comfortable. So it can be worn really sheerly or it can be built up a bit more for a higher opacity. Next, we have a lipstick from a sea beauty brand called Inspa. This is the shade FM06, and I would describe this formula as sort of a velvety matte. And this shade really is sort of a taupey brown. And on my skin tone, it really is a beautiful day-to-day nude tone. You can see from the swatch that it's pretty close to my own skin tone. Next, from a K-beauty brand called Laka, we have a lip gloss. This is the shade 121, and I'm not sure if they still carry it, but this is a wonderful formula. I think this brand has really great lip products. And I just wanted to mention it because I think they do come out with some pretty unique shades, and they're definitely a brand that I would recommend keeping an eye on. Last year, MAC brought back several of their classic frost lipsticks, including the shade Haku. This is just such a unique shade. I really love the subtle hint of purple sheen in it as well. These sold out almost instantly, and I really hope that they come back. And next, from Unearthly Cosmetics, we have one of the menacing metals. This is the shade Void. This formula looks truly metallic on the lips, and I think this shade in particular has been one of the most popular. It's just such a striking gunmetal lipstick. It's a really comfortable formula, and I really like how many shades they have in this line. And next, we have a shade from NYX Cosmetics. This was a part of their limited edition Beetlejuice collection, and I know you can't tell just from looking at it in the tube, but it's one of the most beautiful kind of purpley gray tone glosses. Definitely another one I wish was permanent. And now we have one from Isamaya. This is the lip lac in the shade Metal. And this is a pricey gloss. It's $38. The formula is so nice though. I do think that when it first came out, there weren't very many other glosses like it. Since it first released, there now are a few other options. From Queen Cosmetics, we have the shade Space Party. I think this is another shade that is like Metal from Isamaya. Something that Queen and Isamaya have in common is that they're both extremely sparkly but very smooth on the lips. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, Queen Cosmetics has some of the best party lip glosses that I've seen. And from NYX Cosmetics, we have the shade Ice. I'm not sure if this is limited edition, but it's pretty similar to the effect that you get from the Isamaya. It's a very affordable option because it's NYX. As you can see in the swatch, you can see some very subtle golden sparkles in this one, and the formula probably isn't quite as smooth as the Isamaya, but it's pretty good. So let's hope they bring this one back and make it permanent. Next from Fenty, we have the shade Major Flex. This was limited edition last year, although I've heard that in some countries this is actually available. It's basically like a gunmetal with multicolored sparkles. It's absolutely beautiful, and I really hope they come back with it and make it permanent. And last but not least, we have the shade Frame from Lethal Cosmetics. This is one of their new holographic lip glosses, and you can really see the holographic sparkle in this one. I personally can feel the texture from these holographic sparkles when I'm wearing them on the lips, but I've heard a lot of people don't find the texture to be bothersome. And here's what all of those shades I just spoke about look like swatched on my arm. And now let's go ahead and get into trying them all on the lips. First we have M148, the soft matte lipstick that was made in collaboration with Mob Beauty and Courtney Quarantine. I love this formula. I love how easy it is to apply, and I love that this is a no frills gray lipstick. Since we're at the beginning of my lip swatches, I also want to mention I have not worn a lip liner with any of these, but gray tones, especially on my skin tone, can look a little bit stark. I would use most of these shades as lip combos, especially with a really rich brown liner or a black liner or paired with other lipsticks. Also from Mob, we have the Silver Frost that was made in collaboration with none other Hannah. This is M175. As previously mentioned, on my skin tone, I think this does need to be used as a layering shade, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I truly believe that Mob really nailed this Frost formula. Next, we have several shades from Haunting Hues, starting with the Gray Gloss Happy Hippo. Y'all, this brand just has so many great shade options. This is a beautiful medium opacity gray gloss, and the formula is so comfortable on the lips. And next we have the shade Thunderstorm. This is also from Haunting Hues Cosmetics. This shade absolutely has my heart. It's a beautiful sheer gray lipstick, and it has a really subtle shimmer in it. And so you can see that even though the tone of this gloss is light, because it's so sheer, it can be worn all on its own without a lip combo and still look good on my skin tone. Next, also from Haunting Hues, we have the shade Howling. This is that almost lip balm-like lipstick. It's very buildable and comfortable. And I built up a few layers just so you can see what it looks like, but if I was going to wear it all on its own, I would wear it more sheerly. And next from Inspaha, we have the matte lipstick shade in FM 106. This really is like a perfect day-to-day nude shade for me. It has a really comfortable velvety matte texture, and I am so keen to try this formula in a few different shades. And now from the K-Beauty brand Laka, we have the gloss shade in 121. I think the shade is very similar to the shade that I just tried on. I love that I have it in both a gloss and a lipstick, and it's probably no surprise that the nudes that I'm more drawn toward are those cooler tone nudes in general. Next we have Haku from MAC. This was brought back only briefly for a limited run last year at the 40th anniversary, and this is a beautiful gunmetal frost, and it has this really unique purple shift in it. I've definitely never seen a shade like this before, and I really hope that they decide to bring it back. And now from Unearthly Cosmetics, we have Void. Void is a full opacity metallic lipstick, and you can really see that even on that first swipe on my lips, you get such a solid opacity with these. The formula is really comfortable, and there is a scent in these. The scent is described on the Unearthly website. And now sadly we have one of the limited edition shades. This is the NYX x Beetlejuice lip gloss. I absolutely love that little hint of purple that you can see on the lips. And I really like the depth of this gray in general. I wish that we saw more gray glosses that had this kind of depth. And next from Isamaya, we have the shade Metal. I do want to mention that the packaging on these recently changed. Some people were really sad about that, myself included, because this packaging is just so unique. but I have heard it's the same formula. I find that these glosses from Isamaya are so comfortable and the sparkle in them is beautiful. And I would also say that this gloss in particular would be a really pretty topper over other lip combos. And next we have the shade Space Party from Queen Cosmetics. This is another brand that makes absolutely beautiful sparkly glosses that are super comfortable on the lips. And compared to the Isamaya that I just tried on, I would say that the tone of the sparkles in this one are a little bit warmer, as you can probably see by comparison. And next from NYX, we have the shade Ice. This shade is not available right now. I'm really hoping that they come back with it because in my opinion, this is the answer to if you wanted a gloss like the Isamaya or if you wanted a gloss like the Queen, but if you wanted it at a super affordable price point. And next from Fenty, we have Major Flex. This one hurts for a lot of people, myself included, and I'm not gonna lie, I do have backups of this one. I just love it so much. It's a beautiful gunmetal. It's got multicolored sparkles throughout, and again, I love the depth of this particular shade of gray. And I do think this gloss is one that flatters a wide range of skin tones. And then last but not least, we have the shade Frame from Lethal Cosmetics. This is one of their very first holographic lip glosses that they came out with not too long ago. And these really do define party lips for me, like more so than any of the other glosses that I've even shown earlier. So if you're going for a super glittery lip, I think this may be a good option. Alright y'all, that's everything for my swatching and trying on my gray and silver lip products. I really hope that you found this video helpful. As always, please continue to share recommendations or other lip products that you've tried. And also let me know if you've tried any of the shades that I talked about in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.